Now let's set the record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war, but there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second: surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? When Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within, spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better read than death, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the Pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay. There is a point beyond which they must not advance. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material complications. In great forces around the moon and the world, we learn they're spirits, not animals. He said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of men on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Evening, guys. Give me 1 second here. Is the camera coming in? It's showing on the iPad, but not the stream for some reason. No camera. Why? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Technical difficulties. This is why I don't use my camera anymore, because it's stupid half the time. Why are you not? Oh. Got that stupid echo again. We good? No reverb, no audio issues. Anyway, okay. God. And that's why I don't use the camera hardly anymore. Because of that. And I don't know why it started doing that, but you know me with the technology and that. So, anyway, I'm here. I know it's been a while since I've used the camera, but if it ends up giving me trouble later on in stream, I may just go with the icon and see where that goes. Anyway, who here saw the video of the shooter at the hospital in my area here? Yeah, Garrett, it's because they want me to update my computer, sure. Yeah. Anyway. Judy saw that video. If you don't know what happened, I will get to it here momentarily. Give me 1 second. Huh. Wow, they're even censoring Logo 4 now. That's pretty bad. Let's see here. I guess we'll... which one do we want to play here? We got like... we'll go here. I got a whole bunch here. Give me 1 second to get past the ads. So... yesterday, on Local 4, there was a guy that ended up shooting a coworker. I don't know much about him. Seems that they had everybody and their brother there. I actually caught the police responding on my way to work. If you don't know, God, I'm sorry, I'm fighting the camera back here and it's glitching out. So, give me a second. Anyway, let's see if that fixes it. Maybe? Sure. Okay. Nope, it keeps wanting to load and unload, and I don't know what's going on. Stupid camera. Too much going on. Anyway, I caught the police responding on my way to work. On my dash cam, catch that footage on my channel. It's in 2 parts. And I didn't know what it was at the time, but it was obviously pretty big considering 4 cops responded. Obviously more than 4 cops responded here in the picture, but at the time I didn't know what was going on. And then I got to work and I figured, check the scanner. Lo and behold, there was a shooter at Troy Beaumont. For those that don't know Troy, that's a major city just outside of Detroit. It's part of the Metro Detroit area. As far as I know, we had Troy, Sterling Heights. Okay, if you remember me playing the Monument video of all the things that are strange about Michigan's monuments, from the channel Not So Pure Michigan, if you remember those videos that I played way back in the day. The Golden Ring on M59, aka Hall Road, otherwise known as the Golden Butthole. Okay, that's what the locals call it. Sterling Heights, that's where that's located. They responded. Warren responded. Madison Heights responded. Washington Township responded. Southfield responded, which is surprising considering they're a significant distance away. They're almost into Detroit. Royal Oak responded. I don't know if any of Pontiac responded. They're a little bit far away, but who knows? Anyway, this happened, and this road here is the border between like 4 different cities, and the highway of like 75 and M59 junction is like right beyond this bridge. So anyway, Troy is on that side of the road. Sterling Heights is on this side of the road. Washington Township is up past the bridge here, and everything else I stated is south of that. They had the FBI come out and decide to investigate too. Why is that significant? Because I'm hearing word, and not by any source or anything, but other than word of mouth on YouTube, I have come across at least 3 different videos stating within the last 48 hours that the FBI got intel in regards to attacks on our mid-tier city hospitals. Okay. That is significant. Why mid-tier? I a little more relaxed, not so busy, but still significant enough to where it's affecting things. Okay. Why are things disconnecting here? Hold on. Things are being stupid again. So anyway, let me play the video here. Enough of me yakking.
A massive response by law enforcement after a shooting in the parking garage of Corwell Health, Beaumont, Troy.
So this was a workplace shooting, if you will. It was a personal beef. It was not an attack on the hospital itself.
The size of the police agency, when you have a active shooter response, which is what it's termed, and we see all over in media and in our society today, the response is overwhelming.
And tonight, Troy's Police Chief says state and federal law enforcement came together to respond to that shooting scene.
What a morning. We do have a complete timeline of the events right now on clickondetroit.com. All you have to do is scan that QR code on your screen. Now, right now, take a look at this post from the Troy PD X account. This was at 8:07 this morning, confirming there was a shooting and for people to avoid the area.
Yeah, within minutes at 8:25, Michigan State Police tweeted out saying that this was being assisted by Troy police at the scene.
Okay, now 8:25, ATF Detroit tweeted its agents were also reported to the scene at Corwell Health Troy Beaumont to assist Troy PD. So now, with more on what really goes into a police response when there is an active shooter, we're going to bring in our crime.
Just for the record, the fact that Troy had backup, and I know Troy pretty significantly, they don't fuck around. Okay, I think they are like the 4th or 5th largest city in Michigan. So for them to need backup, Now, granted, it got called in as an active shooter. So, I mean, they brought everybody, but still.
I'm in safety expert Darnell Blackburn. And Darnell, we do appreciate, your insight on this. You're a former police officer. So I have to ask, what are the first steps when officers take when they receive a call about an active shooter?
Well, the first steps are to get somebody to the scene right away, Karen. We want to make sure that we get people to that scene. We don't want to.
Really, Life with Bobby says one of my friends works remotely for the hospital. That specific hospital, Troy Beaumont, or another, the company Corwell, because Corwell bought out Beaumont, and yeah. Anyway, that's another story.
Take a chance on it not being real or not. We're just going head out to the scene. In this type of situation, you're going to send as many units as you possibly can, especially for something as massive as a hospital and the extended property that that hospital is on. So they're going to get as many units to that scene as possible. They've practiced this. They've gone through training exercises and drills with the hospital staff. So that's the first thing, is to get people there.
Darnell, you mentioned practices. Are there any other strategies when coordinating with emergency services during an active shooter situation like this?
I'm sorry, Demai, one more time.
You mentioned that practices are happening. Are there any other strategies when coordinating with other emergency services during active shooter situations like we saw today?
Absolutely. I mean, they're going to coordinate with the local police departments. With this type of situation, you had two bordering counties. You had Oakland County and Macomb County. You had officers from all different agencies and entities. You have fire department that's responding. You have what's called an incident command center that's set up. And that incident command center is the brain trust of everything. And everything runs through that incident command system. All the officers, they're talking.
That command system is literally a mobile headquarters that is the size of an RV/bus. If you've ever seen those ones, they brought out the MRAP to go to this guy's house. He made it 10 miles to his house in Macomb County, up in the northern part of Macomb County, I think, before they actually got him.
On one central radio system so that everything is as seamless as it can possibly be in this type of situation.
So give me the perspective in terms of engaging the shooter directly. Do you wait for backup? What's the plan on that? Or is it just individual case by case?
You go. You go. There is.
So there they are, arresting the guy. This guy had some, I forget his first name. I think it was Robert. And he had some type of last name reminiscent of like Russian, Ukrainian, Albanian kind of last name. That region, which is kind of suspicious. But yeah.
There are practices. I mean, there's teams. You go, you're not going to wait for backup because you want to limit the casualties as quickly and eliminate the threat as quickly as possible. So this is,
as you can tell, we don't fuck around in the local Metro Detroit area, judging by this guy.
Situation where you're just going to go, as many officers as possible.
Now that's Macomb County Sheriff up here. That's got the guy in handcuffs because I recognize their brown shirts.
Going to go and they're going to respond to this to try to stop the threat immediately so we can prevent the loss of life any further.
And Darnell, we saw this all playing out in real time, not only at that scene, but also across social media. So what are some of the other big challenges that police face during active shooter responses like this?
Well,
hold on a minute. I got to respond to a comment. Life with Bobby says, heard the suspect got fired and wanted to go after the person that fired. Oh, I didn't hear that, but at that point, I wouldn't be surprised. I thought it was more of a personal beef. I haven't heard any updates.
In this, I mean, you think about this, you have people who are in a hospital who, even if you get in and you clear the room, when the officers go in and teams and they check the room to see if there's an active shooter there, once that room is cleared, officers have to maybe stay in that room if there's a person who cannot leave, because they still have to clear other rooms. So somebody has to be assigned to stay in that particular room while the other rooms are being cleared. So it poses a huge challenge in this type of situation, because it's a hospital and some people just, they can't get out and leave the premises.
All right, so it's some 11 hours after this occurred. Give us kind of that behind the scenes. What's going on now? The threat's neutralized.
So let me stop that. And so they brought the MRAP, they brought everything to this guy's house. They arrested him within hours. Yeah, it was a targeted attack. They nailed the or he shot at the guy he was pissed at in the parking garage, hit him in the arm twice and 3 times in his car, and only because the target survived the attack were they able to find the guy that did it. The Macomb County Sheriff had a briefing last night saying that there are no cameras in that parking garage. I've been in that parking garage, personally. What the fuck? Out of all places in a hospital, you don't have cameras in a parking garage? Out of all places that shit might happen? Come on, people. What the hell? No. Just no. So much no. So that's what's happened in my local area. Let me go to my channel real quick. This was me on my way to work, and they come zooming by. Yep. And yes, I do usually honk the horn when cops go through an intersection, just to get people to look up and pay attention. You know? Nothing wrong with that. So anyway, there was another one, second part, but I'll leave that one out. But that was them responding. Yeah, they did not waste any expense. So. They don't. Let's see. Rip says that's a great point. They don't care much for their patients or employees. So. Okay. Not trying to give away my location too much, but my dad was at that specific hospital when he was sick with his heart condition, and that's one of the better hospitals, okay? And when he was there, it was Beaumont, strictly Beaumont. Since Corwell, and me being in the medical field prior to the current job I've had, Corwell, garbage. Okay, Corwell has ruined so much that Beaumont and Blue Cross Blue Shield used to provide and handle. It's like going back to the Stone Age. Okay, it was so bad when I was dealing with insurance stuff and medical stuff and all that. Yeah, don't deal with Corwell if you can help it. Or United Healthcare. That's another one. Either way, on another note, personal, yesterday I got a fucking raise. Another 54 cents. Why it's 54, I don't know. They just said 3% of what I make, and yeah. But I guess they do their yearly evals in March. I've only been there about 10 months, so getting another 50 cents, that's another $2,000 a year. I mean, I'll take it. Didn't really have to do much for it. Didn't have to break my back, which was nice. Earlier this week, I got to go out to dinner with the big boss. Well, district boss anyway. Not big boss, but still higher up. To a Korean barbecue place. And pretty expensive at that. It was one of those where, not that they cook the food, but you have this burner in the table that you can cook your own food in. Some of the food was questionable because Korean food is not my thing. Other than the steak, the roast beef, that was good. They had a lot of things that were questionable that I didn't like. They had a whole smorgasbord of food and little hors d'oeuvres that we were all looking at it with the chopsticks. We're like, you poke it. No, you eat it. No, you try it. You know, we didn't really know what it was. I didn't mind the fish cakes. Okay, that they're like, I don't know what you call it. It's as if you were to take a fish stick, roll it out into like a very thin dough, cut it into pieces, and put it in soup. It's fish, but it's mixed with a few things as a binder, and they seasoned it. That was good. We had sweet potato noodles, which we didn't know this, but apparently they come out clear when you boil them. Those were okay. They had squid pancakes. That was good thing I like calamari. Otherwise, I would have turned that down. That was kind of strange. I got paid to go eat with my boss. So I had a 12.5 hour day with 4 hours of it being dinner, which was nice. And my camera's being dumb again, lagging behind. Let's see here. Hold on. It's being stupid. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. It's Jeff, can't we get together on our own time? Well, our boss said for us to come to company dinner and he would pay us to go because it was only him and one other guy last time, which I'm okay with that. Free food. Yeah, they had kimchi, pure blood. I didn't go for that. They had I know this is going to sound weird on camera and without context, but Korean spicy pickle. It was cucumber with like um damn it, what's the spice? Cayenne pepper. That was okay. That was tolerable. But anyway, later on in the night, my boss is like, "You guys want anything to drink?" And we're like, "What? Alcohol?" And we're kind of surprised that we technically got paid to drink on the job. um, he's over there passing around the Korean beer. He bought like a couple bottles. He turned that thing upside down and smacked the bottom of it and popped the cork out like he's done this shit 100 times. And we're all staring at him like, okay. Just for the record, he's Korean himself, so I guess he wanted to treat us to his culture. But I guess, yeah, I didn't drink, but others people did. He broke out the sake. I forget the name of the beer. Soju. It's kind of like it's a low alcohol beer, 12% kind of thing. And he mixed the soju in with the sake and passed that shit around, I guess. Okay, Vicky knows what's up with that. It was funny. We walked in and there's this other room with the typical Asian style doors where it's, I don't know, it's like the Japanese doors that are made out of paper, but privacy glass. And there's this other family in there or people or some kind of party, and they're all dressed in suits, and there's this one guy in there reminded me of when if you've ever seen Karate Kid, when Mr. Miyagi gets drunk and is talking about his wife. It was like that. And we're all looking at each other like, what do we got, the Korean mafia in there or something, like the Yakuza in the private room? Because there was the public area, our room, and then there was a room beyond that was like exclusive. So you watch a lot of Korean dramas, Vicky? Okay. Anyway, whatever, you do you. So we're like, are we eating dinner with the Korean mafia right now? Is there something our boss is not telling us? But that was fun on Tuesday. Got paid to do it. Got a little closer with the people I work with, as much as I don't want to be closer. But you get what I'm saying. Got a raise this week. So, oh no, other than the thing at the hospital, I mean, yeah. One thing though about the hospital was shortly after that, we had people calling in about a guy with a gun at the local mall there, close by there, with a guy with a gun. And then we got another call over the radio of a guy that caused a school to go into lockdown that was just further south of that. And we're all looking at each other at work here as I'm pulling up the scanner on the computer. Is this a coordinated thing? Because they're all being called in as active shooters. But I don't know. Every school within about 10 miles got shut down. The alarms on the phones went off. It was a shit show. What was that, Wednesday? My days are running together. So, anyway, that's what's new with me. Trump announced that there's going to be a new 6th generation fighter, the F-47. Counterintuitive on the name. 47, I get what he's doing, 47th president, Trump, I get it. He's trying to enshrine himself, but the fact you put F in front of it, yes, for fighter, but it sounds like fuck 47. You know what I'm saying? Um, little kind of. I just now realized that sounds. That's kind of funny, actually. But he announced that today. He cut back on the Board of Education, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. Get rid of these brainwashing idiots that are trying to damage our kids. Um, so, yeah. In the meantime, I will be right back. Give me 1 second here. Come on. Anyway. No, you didn't, Jeff. You didn't tell me to go to the bathroom before I started. So piss off. Or get pissed on. um, let's see. So, a little bit of a negative note. Today / tomorrow was the day that my dad died 6 years ago. We are going to the cemetery tomorrow. So, I titled this "Feeling Something is Looming Spiritually, Feeling Attacked." I'm not feeling it so much now. I was over the weekend, and really up till the thing at the hospital, which is kind of strange. Oh, speaking of strange, I was on the phone with Jeff last night. Yeah, I know, that's not strange. But what I talked to him about was the guy that did the thing at the hospital. His last name was in my dream the night before. At least partially. That was kind of strange. And I didn't understand it at the time. It was like the last 2/3 of his last name. And it was on a name tag. And then on the news that following day, they show his badge for getting into the hospital, and lo and behold, it filled in my head like, oh my God, that's what that was. Now, call me a liar, but that's fucking weird. I will get you the image of his name here. Hold on a minute. Let me see. There's like 5 or 6 videos I gotta go through here to see if I can find the image of the guy that did it here. Hold on. Nope. This is annoying. Let me see if I can get to the actual website. Maybe they'll have it on the website here. Come on, internet. Being dumb. Give me a minute. It's taking a second to load. Come on. You go to access the news and it's taking forever. Very strange that his name is now not, or his image is not up there anymore. Yeah, this is really weird. Why can I not find this guy's image? What the fuck? Oh, there it is. Yeah. But this JUSEVIC is what I saw in my dream. Just that little bit. And then when I saw that image pop up on the news, it clicked. But you can see what I mean by it seems like it might be Albanian, Russian, Ukrainian kind of last name. Maybe even Polish. Who knows? But, yeah. Sorry, it took me a minute to find the image. What did Jeff? Jeff says, I'm not going to say why I was at the hospital today, but I saw many. I hope you mean cotton picking, not cock picking. Cops up by. I don't think that the city police had English. Jeff, do you speak it, my brother? Jeff says, your driving gives my middle finger. Okay. Well, fuck you too, Jeff. Let's see. Judy B says, I flipped off protesters standing next to the road with Trump fascist signs and deport Department of Education signs today. Never did that before. You flip. Oh, they're anti-Trumpers. Okay. You can do that. Let's see. Digital's wondering how I connected the police response to the shooting. Well, the fact that on my dash cam it was like what 7:15, and they said their call came in at 7:08. So yeah, just saying. And the fact that I was 2 miles from the hospital too at that point. And usually when the cops go up that way, they're usually headed to the hospital. At the point, I didn't know what they were responding to. I just knew they were probably headed to either the highway or the hospital. One of the two. And digital, what do you mean they? The article said, but how did you become aware of the article? So on my way to work, the police were responding. I monitor the scanner on my phone and in my truck. And I was listening in on my headphones during work, and the scanner number of listeners went from like 15 to over 4,000 in about an hour. And I'm like, okay, something big's going on. and I checked it out, and I heard about shooting at the hospital. Then other coworkers of mine got calls that their kids are going into lockdown at their schools. So then I checked the news while I was at work, and lo and behold, I found the article and the guy, and yeah. Yeah, the scanner app connects, which it hasn't been doing the last couple of days properly with the truck, but I can get the scanner app on my phone. Give me a minute here. And so I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it's too bright. Hold on. But there's a little number of stupid ads. I swear to God. I need to get rid of that. Don't you just love that shit? Hold on. So there's the little number of listeners there off to the side there. That was up to 4,000. But I can listen in on that shit even right now. There's nothing going on, but yeah. And that goes through my truck through the Apple CarPlay, and I can listen to it on the speakers, and so yeah. So just static right now, but yeah. When I hear sirens in and around town, I jump onto my scanner app to see if like I notice. Yeah, it's typical. On that app specifically, I can go and basically report what's there, whether it's a shooting, weather, fire, etc. And then usually they will give out. I got it. I'm backwards here, but those little orange circles there are alerts that the authorities will give out. I can get all the way out to Sacramento, California. I mean, it's whole nationwide. So, oh, 3-alarm fire at Buffalo Niagara International Airport. Huh. Probably another plane blew the fuck up. But yeah, this app is free, and I don't know why it's a pain in the ass with the Apple CarPlay, but it can be at times. So yeah. Let me look here. There was another app that I usually use, but that one's more reliable for my local area anyway. I'll give you another app I use. It's literally just Police Scanner, or that's what it's called anyway. But it's that orange one in the middle there. So, like, you got Macomb County, etc. Yeah. But you can actually go on this one via, I know it's backwards, forgive me, but United States, Canada, Australia, you can pull up all these different ones. Spain, Chile, Argentina, Philippines, UK, Ireland. I mean, it's got pretty much all the countries of any significance anyway. But yeah. I'll say it's not backwards. Oh, it shows backwards on the camera, so I don't know. I'm looking back in stream here. Yeah, okay. It is proper. Anyway. But that's how I usually watch what's going on, and then if all else fails, I still have the ham radio, or CB radio. I got the ham radio in my room. You guys know I've talked about those in nauseum. Yeah. I got the weather radio also. That's another thing. Most police and emergency are digital now and are not on the scanner like the old days. Yeah, you got to have an app for the most time, or most of the time anyway. Usually, when you're talking ham radio, a lot of their signals are truncated, meaning digital, private, which the apps usually get by for the most part. There are some channels that are not allowed for obvious reasons because criminals can listen in on that shit, and but the general stuff of like, oh, there's a fire at this place or whatever, there's a shooting at this place, that stuff we can listen to. That's fine. Let me go ahead and drop the invite for my regulars if my computer can handle it tonight. And we'll do this and that, and there you go. So, let's see what else is going on of significance. Tesla's been attacked with fire bombs. People are facing up to 20 years. I don't think that's enough, honestly. I don't like electric cars myself, but I'm not going to be taking it out on Tesla like that. If you want to drive your battery-powered piece of shit, sure. Come on, Jeff. There's old man Winter with the beard.
Wait a minute, I got a hair or two out of place.
You got more than a hair or two. Just for the record, like, kind of amazing that your beard is white and your hair has actually got color to it. And he's gone. And my stream is paused. Why? The fuck? Why is it every time I turn the camera on, or bring it into my stream. It's always giving me so many problems, man. Come on, Jeff. Right, Chrissy Cat, or Grace is like, hi and bye. Exactly. Like the song, when I say hello, you say goodbye. Yeah. There's Father Time.
Damn it, what? Quit cursing me. That's twice. I've hit the wrong button tonight.
Twice.
Yeah.
Or were you up on bushcrafts or something?
Would you be quiet and do your book?
You're gonna get it later.
You know it. Yeah. He's up on bushcraft. Practically everybody's up there.
Oh, that's where my audience is at, huh?
Uh-huh.
Bastards. No.
Now, I need to clarify something.
What now?
It was not cocked, it was cocked. I went to the hospital today. I'm not going to say why. All right. Normally, you're lucky if you see one security guard up there.
Oh, that's what they were saying on those videos.
Uh-huh.
That, like, they're lucky that they yeah, you know what I'm saying.
There was about 15 or 20 of them up there today.
What the fuck for?
I don't know. But it is a small city. Hell, that was more than the police department had. I don't think the police department had that many.
I know my police force locally has 250 to 280 cops on its whole total force.
Well, now, if you include the sheriff's department, which is in another city, but the same county, maybe 25 or 30 total.
Yeah.
The city police, maybe 5 or 6.
I'm talking city police alone. We're not talking state, federal, or sheriff. We're talking just my city alone has 250 cops.
Well,
That's spread across 3
city.
different shifts, so you're looking at about 60 at any given time.
Yeah. But then again, your city is about 6 times bigger than mine.
About 6 miles wide by 6 miles wide. If we're talking specific borders, if we're talking jurisdiction, maybe a little bigger.
Okay, I give you that.
But population, we're about 120, 130,000. Officially, if we're talking census.
Digital, trust me, I would have known if that would have happened.
Oh, if that was the case, they would have had more than what Jeff described.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's a brotherhood. You know,
right.
everybody.
It would have been,
chaotic.
Everybody block off every street, for 50 fucking miles,
Yeah, I mean, everybody would have got checked, even grandma.
Right.
So.
Life with Bobby says, I live in a city 70K plus. Life with Bobby, I forget. Are you in Michigan? I don't think you are, if I remember right.
I think our population for this county now,
Minnesota.
is like what? Between 8 to 12,000.
Who here is in Michigan? Any of y'all? Or are y'all over at Bushcrafts fucking around?
They got Jim up there.
Oh,
Watts
God.
up there.
Huh. Should we drop in on them? Do like we used to stream a stream?
I don't think you got the balls.
Could stream a stream.
Stream a stream, the streaming the stream.
The one family that I interviewed not too long ago in North Carolina, they
Here we
They-
go.
There, now you
homeschooling
can
those
both watch.
and
we
they
can
don't
watch both
they
at the
don't
same
ask the
time.
kid to help them do this or that. If it's gardening, they're out there doing it because they enjoy it.
I ain't doing it.
Let me ask you.
And not many kids want to do gardening unless they grow up in a situation.
What, Jeff?
Wait a minute, I'm trying to remember her name. Oh man. Go ahead. I can't remember.
Oh, it's back again, Jim.
It's Jim.
Are you sitting closer to your mic?
No, I'm sitting in the same spot I was before.
Okay.
Hi, Bushcraft.
Because I have the volume turned off on YouTube completely. I have it muted.
Did you mute
And I hear
Bush?
stuff in the background.
Check.
Check.
I think I hear voices coming from Eric's.
Breaker 19, your radio check.
Echo.
Echo.
Sounds like a little kid.
Fuck you.
I think it's Gunsmoke.
But yeah, I'm seeing like people around my age or younger getting into gardening and stuff again. So man, it's good to see.
Hey, 101.
Are we going over there later or?
You mean
Oh,
now?
I forgot. I didn't even look see if he was going live.
Yeah,
Streaming
he
is
went live
free.
at
Schedule,
8:30.
or is he going live at 9?
Okay, he has your channel on now. Jeff's on the panel, I think.
He went live at
Hi.
8:30.
Oh, we're live right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming a stream.
I think one had a beard trimming.
I don't believe it. I gotta see
My
it.
yearly shearing.
He's laughing now.
Yeah, he's the baby of the crowd.
So I switched to his channel for YouTube, and you guys don't hear anything. I don't even hear anything going on his channel with the mic, with the volume muted. Christy Cat's over there.
Nightwing just
Yeah, I
came.
heard him whistle.
Hello, lady.
Now Jeff's showing his beard. Amazes me how Jeff's beard's completely gray, but his hair is still, somewhat dark.
That's all right. I
That's
keep
like
As he
mine.
stepped off the curb, he entered into the twilight zone.
Hey, do you guys hear my heat? My furnace just went on. Can you hear that?
No, we just hear us when we talk.
Anyway. I'll just stop the reverb.
I had a gospel singer get in touch with me tonight and write me a message. And I swear to you, I cannot think of her name. She got an excellent voice.
So Jeff, question,
May have an answer.
and I know I've asked this before, and why is my camera black? What the hell? That was not the question, by the way.
Damn good thing you said something. I might be the answer.
Let me just do that. Anyway, do you feel that recently we are having some spiritual shit looming?
Most definitely.
Like maybe not right away, but like a month or two out, like something going on.
Yeah, I truly do.
What is it for you? Like what do you think it is?
Well, we kind of touched on it a little bit last night.
On the call?
Yeah.
Okay.
To break it down, I think it's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it like that. But it's going to be some not only weird chaos, but it's going to get bad. It will get bad.
I don't know about that. I'm talking more spiritual than physical. Y'all hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, but I'm sitting here trying to think of how to respond to that. For me, there's so many ways.
Is that what I smell burning?
No, that's candy burning.
See?
It depends on how your mindset is, to be truthful about. I'm sitting here, like I said, I know what I'm wanting to say, but it just ain't wanting to come out the way I'm thinking. Spiritually, within the next 2 months, yes, something's going to happen. What? I have no idea. But like a whole bunch of other people, it can be felt.
Right. I personally have felt attacked lately. Not as much as I used to be. You remember my stories of that shit, but yeah.
Well, now it's like I told Bushcraft a while back ago. If you bebopping along, yes, I said bebopping, and you don't feel like nothing is going wrong with you, then dude, the devil's got your soul already.
I don't think you need to be in a negative mood all the time. Like
no, you don't.
You can enjoy life. It doesn't have to be.
Yes, you can.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just because your life is going good doesn't mean you're in a bad spot.
Hello, Prepper 101. Welcome to the show.
Oh my God, look at you. I haven't had you in the chat in a long fucking time. Holy crap.
But it seems like here lately, yeah, I'm being attacked. I'm being drained, you know.
Is this the place to return my videotape rentals to? What do you mean? This ain't Blockbuster or Family Video.
Please be kind and rewind.
That was a good one, Jeff.
Or you will be charged $1.
I remember that used to be a lot, like to have to pay for just not rewinding.
Yeah.
I would get bitched out.
It got to the point I went and bought me a rewinder.
Was it for the DVDs?
No.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a next door neighbor, I swear to God. When she got through watching the DVD, she would rewind it.
I like the background bush.
The space.
Yes.
Yeah. We were going over the pyramid stuff that came out on the 15th.
The what?
The Giza pyramid, all the stuff that's underneath the pyramid.
Is it Giza or Gaza?
The Gaza shit, man. The Gaza Strip is a thing, Jeff. The Giza pyramids are a different thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
I don't do
strips
no
what do you
more.
mean? Wait, Trump declassified shit or
No, this is a university over there.
okay.
They devised this satellite to where it usually sees through clouds and stuff and sees if there's planes somewhere, and they find things and that kind of stuff.
Right.
They made a new software that will go through, penetrate stone and stuff.
It's like an advanced LiDAR.
Something like that.
Like when they mapped the Amazon jungle and they found
it goes through stuff.
Yeah, this is more than that.
Yeah.
It's
radar that goes, it's basically radar that goes through solid stuff. So they found stuff inside the pyramid. There's 5 structures that are 5 stories high, and underneath the ground, which they were planning on just doing the pyramid itself, but they found out that the satellite actually recorded 2 kilometers underneath the pyramid, and underneath the pyramid are 8-cylinder pillars.
Yeah.
All exactly the same size, all 8 of them, and they're 670-ish meters tall.
So they built the pyramids on top of pillars.
No.
What are those pillars made out of? I forget from reading the story.
Or are they like pylons to provide stability?
Well, let me just show you a picture. It'd be easier.
They're not supporting the structure 101.
Okay. This is actually kind of like breaking news to me.
Really? This was
I knew there was stuff under there. I just didn't think there would be that much stuff.
Well,
what is her name?
What is that? That's something different.
What's that?
You got new things on your share thing here. Okay, share. That one. There it is.
You mean the banner?
No, when I'm trying to share stuff, it's new. Okay, this is not all of it, by the way. This is only the pillars. And you see where the black lines and stuff are up here?
Uh-huh.
That is the actual pyramid.
Right.
And these are the things that are inside that they never knew that were in there. There's 5 of them, by the way.
Angie Sutherland.
And these are the pillars.
What are the things that are coiled? Passageways?
No, they're. To me, they look like some sort of conductor or something. They have what looks like wires going around and going feeding into the pyramid.
Well, that
there's another part to this, and get this, from the bottom of the pyramid to the bottom of what they recorded is 2 kilometers deep.
Tom, I was just about to go there.
And how do they get those columns that deep?
Well, I mean, you got to realize that the Sahara Desert, not Sahara, it's fucking
Egypt.
Yeah, the desert there. The desert there was not always there. It was a green, lush area at one point. So, who knows how many tons of sand that was not there that they could just build.
Yeah, but to me, if you've ever watched Stargate, there was an episode in Stargate where these alien ships would land on pyramids to charge their ships.
The movie, not the series.
No, the series.
Series.
Oh, okay.
The movie showed that too, but the series showed that when they land on those pyramids, it's the charge. The charge comes from the planet. This system of the pillars and stuff are conductors, and the very bottom of it is a power storage area.
Well, that would explain the Baghdad batteries and all that.
Yeah.
See, I think the longitude and the latitude where they're crossing, that's where they get the charges. Like
Well,
that.
no, that on those pyramids there, they are in what direction? There's one north, south, east, and west, and there's the one in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they line up with the pyramids on Mars too, they say.
Well, yeah.
And I bet the ones on Mars are even older.
Well,
Mars is older.
Well, the ancient Sumerians say life on Earth came from Mars. How do we know? Then you figure the pyramids in Peru. The pyramids in Peru, part of them are submerged with Earth.
Hold on.
Well, yeah.
I knew he was going to do this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, again, they're putting it right in front of our fucking face.
You would have heard from my... Oh, shut up. I told you I was opening a space bridge. It's the fastest way to travel to Egypt.
Space bridge, Egypt. Mars used to have civilizations on it. Back and forth between the two planets. Who the fuck knows?
What did you tell us? You didn't tell us anything. You didn't tell us any semblance, some peace of mind.
Lifeblood of our race. Without it, we'll all perish, oxidize and rust. Middle energon by destroying suns.
Destroy suns?
You mean blow them up? You Prime set out with one rule. Never destroy a planet with life. Buys the human key, called the Matrix of Leadership. Of the Matrix. Hide it from a tomb we cannot find. He finds the tomb of the Primes, your world will be no more. The Prime? Dead.
Activate Optimus and bring him back to...
Mind your map, your symbols, what you carved in the sand, it's your clue. When dawn alights the dagger's tip, 3 kings will reveal the doorway.
3 kings being Orion's belt.
Yep.
The dagger's tip being the Gulf of Aqaba, being the tip of the Black Sea. Near Jordan, and this is actually a thing with this constellation lining up.
Did you ever watch the last one?
Beast Wars?
Yeah. Oh.
That was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Figure so much of ancient Egypt history and the gods have to do with Orion's belt. And the serious
The hell
star
is that
system.
tapping? The fuck is that tapping?
It is not I.
Y'all hear that? Or am I just hearing shit on my end?
Bushcraft thought I had a problem with
it's Jim.
No, it ain't me. Not this time.
It's Jim. There's something tapping in his background.
I'm not doing it.
It's very faint and it's very annoying. It's like a fan going or something.
It sounds like a ghost in the distance.
The space heater's on, but that thing doesn't really make any noise.
Is that what it is?
I don't hear it.
Wheels are turning.
Matrix is everywhere. It's all around us, even now in this very room.
When he joined, I did hear a little interference. Like, I would say, is your cell phone too close to your computer, but you don't have a cell phone.
Jim doesn't have a cell phone? The fuck?
No.
I've been telling you for years. And it could be you could just plainly hit
the landline open.
the refrigerator right here. Let me get up and walk around, see if I can find any strange sounds.
If you could possibly find a tinfoil hat to wear, that would definitely help. Nothing else for my own amusement.
You know, I'm really being good tonight because I didn't say
You
it.
really are, Jeff. I have to confess it to you. Normally, this shit has gone south by now. We're actually having a decent conversation tonight. Thank you.
Where is Lake Cat?
Wait
Go south.
until Dixie puts the skillet down, and he'll start carrying on.
You want to bet? I thought jump when she holding the skillet.
It is interesting timing, though.
I don't hear
like a new door. It won't be the first
I
time.
don't hear the noise anymore. Just for the record.
I told you
he's muted.
That was Jim blinking. He's a heavy blinker.
Blinker fluid.
But I don't know. I do find it all interesting. If nothing else, maybe the timing, even if we don't kind of understand what's happening right now. You see, like we're now. All right.
Jim, you're muted.
Hey, 101, do you want to play the video?
Hold on a minute. I'm having technical difficulties.
I didn't hear a thing. I don't know where. Maybe it's energy coming off my body or my brain. You guys hear it now?
What video? Bushcraft.
Explains all the stuff with the pyramid.
I don't have anything here to play.
Well, I'm asking you ahead of time because I can't play any videos because I get in trouble when I do.
Oh, well, yeah, I can go back and.
Okay, let me find it real quick.
How many people up on here are monetized?
I don't give a shit. And if I get a strike, whoop-de-fucking do.
It won't be the first.
Right.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Make it. I'll mute the music.
Corrado Malanga from the University of Pisa and Filippo Biondi, involved in radar and remote sensing research with the University of Strathclyde, published peer-reviewed research in 2022 via MDPI entitled Synthetic Aperture Radar Doppler Tomography Reveals Details of Undiscovered High-Resolution Internal Structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Their research was conducted using SAR data, synthetic aperture radar, along with proprietary software developed by Filippo Biondi that transforms the radar signals into phononic information, which allows for the detection of millimetric vibrations. This cutting-edge technology is capable of revealing underground structures invisible to traditional methods and revealed internal structures never seen before. Having established their expertise in using SAR to explore pyramid structures non-invasively, a recent press release on their current project was released last Saturday. This March 15th press release summarized the key findings in the team's research of the second largest pyramid of the Giza Plateau, known as the Khafre Pyramid. And what they found was astonishing. The analysis of dozens of tomographic SAR images obtained from different angles enabled the 3D reconstruction of inside the pyramid of Khafre and deep beneath the surface of the plateau. Near the base of the pyramid, 5 identical structures are seen, connected by geometric pathways. Inside each of these are 5 horizontal levels and a sloping roof. Below these 5 structures are 8 cylindrical structures, which appear to be vertical wells, hollow inside, and surrounded by descending spiral pathways. These 8 vertically aligned cylindrical structures, arranged in 2 parallel rows from north to south, descend to a depth of 648 meters, where they all merge into 2 large cubic structures, measuring approximately 80 meters per side. The entire structure extends approximately 2 kilometers beneath the surface and extends beneath all 3 pyramids of the Giza Plateau complex. Mainstream Egyptology tells us that the Giza pyramids were tombs for pharaohs Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, and that they were built around 2500 BC using ramps, sledges, and levers. But the redundant mathematics in their construction, which include pi, the golden ratio, and the speed of light, along with the testimony of today's expert architects, suggests that the official story does not hold up. The massive underground structure revealed by the recent SAR data shows what appears to be a mechanical or functional system, and this has been hypothesized in the past. Nikola Tesla believed that the pyramids could harness Earth's natural frequencies. This arguably inspired his experiments in wireless energy transmission and scalar waves. In the Giza power plant, Christopher Dunn argued that the Great Pyramid was a power-generating machine using resonant and acoustic forces to convert mechanical stress into electricity. In the Giza Death Star, Joseph Farrell proposed that the Great Pyramid of Giza was a weapon of mass destruction using a type of physics that he calls paleophysics to focus energy as a scalar weapon. The cylindrical wells could be conduits for energy or sound waves, and the cubic structures might serve as energy storage or stabilization units, akin to components in a large-scale weapon or generator. And the detection of vibrations in the pyramid's internal structures reflects all of these ideas. The Khafre project hopes to plan an excavation in order to discover more about this underground structure, but history shows that this will be very difficult to get approval for. Greg Reese reporting.
So hold on a minute, Jeff, before you start talking. When I see those coils around those pillars, I immediately think tuning fork and the vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
And you figure earthquakes are energy, or they're maybe harnessing the tectonic movement, which is energy. So, I mean, yeah, it would make sense. I just don't know how it would be focused into usable energy.
Well,
And
those are pathways going down.
Right. The whole building it with ramps and bullshit, I don't believe that was done. It's way too precise.
Yeah.
The fact that the pyramids were covered in solid white marble with a gold stone cap at the top, that could be something.
You figure if those columns that have the wire, okay, it's a type of an inductor. And what does an inductor do? It limits a frequency. Those inductors are probably tuned to a certain frequency.
Inductors or conductors?
No, an inductor. But all inductors are conductors at the same time.
Again, those things that's coiled around, those are not wires. Those are walkways going down.
No, I mean on the column.
There's walkways going down. They're not wires.
Well, the columns themselves, either way,
yeah,
act like the ground.
They're hollow too.
Oh, they
so
are.
We don't know what's in that. Now, if you look at it and think of something really small, you know, the batteries that were found in the pyramids have the wires. I know what Jim's talking about, the wires wrapped around the copper.
So
and the stuff that's inside the tube was to hold the charge.
Well, my initial thought is capacitor.
Yeah.
Because if you look at a capacitor, it's got prongs coming out the bottom and it stores energy.
Yep. Stores and releases energy.
So
like a battery.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense. Now, where they store it or how they stored it or whatever, that's to be seen. But it would explain the Baghdad battery. It would even explain the Ark of the Covenant in a way, because that had an electrical charge to it.
Well, and that's these pyramids resonate a signal. If you record like an EMP or not an EMP, but the ghost thing, I forget what it's
EMV.
Yeah. There's vibration going on at all times from a pile of stone.
Right. the whole thing of everything has a frequency.
Yeah.
And that would explain why when Tesla did his experiments in New York with the resonant frequencies of buildings, strapping that motor or whatever that vibrated at a certain frequency, he was able to destroy things. If you can destroy things by that, you can create energy by that.
Yeah.
It's infinite, like the 8 coils. If you think about the infinite loop, the shape that looks like the number 8, but it's just the infinite loop. It just keeps going and going. I think a lot of that had something to play with energy. I even remember reading an article. It seemed like this type of thing has been leading up for something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Well, here's a thought. Okay, put 2 and 2 together here. Tesla took the inspiration from the pyramids for his Tesla coils, basically. Okay. Well, Tesla's uncle, or rather Trump's uncle, worked for Tesla. And Trump mentioned that we're going to be energy independent and have new energy generation. Could this be what he was talking about?
You figure this is what an inductor looks like for speaker crossover and air core. You figure this limits the amount of frequency. It has a cutoff frequency. You figure if you have enough of those things and they store the electricity, you could make a weapon.
Was it Nikola Tesla?
And there's probably capacitors involved. You would use the capacitors to store the electricity, Jeff, and the coils would like limit the frequency. The coils would set the frequency, and the capacitors could be used to discharge the electricity.
Well, below those are two boxes, and they're 80 meters by 80 meters on both sides.
Do we know if those pillars are no, shut up, Jeff. Made of stone?
I haven't heard what things are made out of.
Because you know what an induction coil is?
Yeah.
Where I've seen mechanics heat up a bolt with it. You know, they wrap a piece of wire or something around it and it heats it up. Could they have theoretically used the heat of the desert to generate heat or energy?
Well, that's the thing. This thing is
beyond that.
2 kilometers deep.
Well, I mean,
you get a lot of energy from being that deep.
Right.
So it's hard to say what kind of energy.
The fact that sand is a good insulator and dispersion of heat, that's a good thing.
Well,
that would make sense.
Again, this is 2 kilometers down. They're past the sand. They're in bedrock.
I know.
That's the impossible thing, that they would have to dig through bedrock that deep.
Well, not if you have alien technology of, people to teleport 2,000-pound bricks over,
Yeah, that's the weird timing about this, because I mean, I guess for some, I guess it could be new stuff, or it's definitely interesting because the pyramids is just one of those things that fascinate people. But it seemed like they're just kind of retelling this kind of the story that we've already known, just in a different way of repackaging it. Now they've got some type of radar. But even when you look back at like the movie, The Stargate, the first one, the original one, there was the scene in there when they were trying to take off the ship. And remember, they had some type of coils or something that were heating up then as they were trying to escape, in those final scenes.
That was the elevator.
Yeah.
Now, if you took a large enough inductor, like the kind the electric companies use, and I'm talking about thousands of feet of wire, air core, with let's say several feet diameter, the coil would have to be. If you put those next to under high tension line, you could draw current from the high tension line of, let's say, 250,000 volts. What if they use the coil to draw current and they had a capacitor to store the current?
That would be the thing, the storage of the power.
Yep.
That's why I think the very bottom things is the power storage.
Because Larry Schultz is right. You could make a battery. All a battery is a chemical reaction. You can make a battery with orange juice.
Well, again, the Baghdad battery. Do I need to go into that one?
It's all interrelated.
You know, in the Transformers movies, they talked about, you know, alien civilizations terraforming our planet. Now, that's a sci-fi concept, but how else do you explain 2-mile length pillars going down to bedrock in the Giza Plateau? Like, you know, I don't physically see how we could have done that.
Yeah, this is 2500 BC.
Right.
Look at
these were built.
And what life knows is being an electrician. And electronics, you get down to the first principle is electronics. You have capacitance, inductance, and resistance for circuits. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Or even like in your basic home, like here, when we the code is we drive 2 grounding rods that come from your outside panel service box with a ground wire to go down, and these are 8-foot rods. We drive 2 8-foot rods, about 8 foot apiece. So I mean, you think about just that little bit, you know, 8 foot down, that's a lot. But yeah, when you go to that depth, you know,
here too, okay, you have the capstone of the pyramid is, theoretically speaking, solid gold is what they hypothesized.
They believe it was.
Right.
And that's another thing is
that
the corners of the pyramid down to the base
why do y'all interrupt
were metal of some sort.
They were saying that, you know, since gold is a good conductor, okay, lightning, who knows, maybe the gold got struck by lightning or acted as a lightning rod. And you figure if they had copper chisels back then, they must have had a ton of copper at their disposal. If you took the edges of the pyramid and ran copper down the edges to
draw the lightning,
right, and down into those pillars, into those boxes that those pillars are on, maybe that's some kind of giant battery or something.
Or that's where the alien ship landed and charged up.
Well, sure.
Like I said, it was one of the episodes in the series because the movie showed it. You know, landed and taken off from the pyramid.
Oh, I didn't.
There wasn't nothing talking about it being. That's how it charged. They were just loading up materials and stuff and people. But the series showed when they land, they had to sit there for a period of time to charge their ship so they could jump into light speed to go somewhere else.
What, Jeff?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to you.
101, those 2 cubes under the pyramid in Bushcraft's video, those are probably the capacitors, batteries that store them.
Oh, it would make sense. I mean,
yeah. And you figure even out on the road, a transformer is just an inductor that steps down the current from like 30,000 volts to go into the house to like, you know, 220 and to split it into 110.
Okay, if we're talking movie quotes here or inspiration from media, 1.21 gigawatts from Back to the Future with a lightning strike. How many?
Are you serious? It is 1.21 gigawatts.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm just if we're going by that amount, like how strong is one lightning strike? You know,
a few 100,000 volts, probably 50 to 100,000 volts, I think, even more.
All I got to say is Trump better not go outside in a thunderstorm. He's covered with gold.
So we're looking at around 300 million to.
Oh my God! It is 1.1 or 1.21.
Is it really? What the fuck? It's 120 volts or at 15 amps. That makes no sense. Wait a minute. What the fuck?
It's gigawatts.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. 1.21 gigawatts of power to travel through time. According to the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Typical lightning bolt can contain around 300 million volts and 30,000 amps. That's fucking amazing. Lightning can reach temperatures up to 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 5 times hotter than the sun. So theoretically speaking, if you captured one lightning bolt, you could run your civilization off of that for a good long time. Like,
yeah, but then you gotta get back to Einstein's theory of relativity. You can't reach the speed of sound because the faster you go,
where are you getting speed of sound?
No, I'm just saying the speed of sound with time travel. Einstein says we can't reach the speed of light because our mass increases the faster we go.
What are we talking about? Time travel?
Because time travel has to do with Einstein's theory of relativity too.
I'm talking energy storage here.
It's all connected though.
Okay.
By the way, 1 gigawatt evidently is a real thing. It's 1 billion watts.
I was going to get to that here. An average lightning bolt can release about 1 gigajoule of energy, enough to power a 100-watt light bulb for over 3 months. That's significant.
But the thing with Back to the Future is that, traversing time and space.
Some lightning bolts, called super bolts, can be 1,000 times stronger than an ordinary strike. I don't know if we've ever witnessed one of those, but I don't know. You capture a couple lightning bolts, you could power some things.
Yeah.
I'm being facetious here,
Well, I'm sure electricians like Watt have seen people's service box have quite a few circuit breakers burn out from lightning just hitting the pole.
So here's a thought too. Why would you build, like, let's say that theory of capturing lightning or energy storage is a thing. Why would you need that in such a primitive form if you're able to build the damn thing in the first place?
Yeah.
If you're such an advanced society, does that make
again Stargate?
What do you mean Stargate, Bushcraft? I'm aware of the series and I know what it's about.
No, the point of what if that's how aliens travel from place to place? They have these things on planets.
Yeah.
That on Mars, on Earth, who knows the other planets that we can see.
So you're saying it's more of the reason it's in a primitive state is for longevity rather than, advanced technology that's probably fragile and can break. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's basic metal, and what if the cylinders are salt water or some other kind of chemical?
I mean, yeah, that would make sense. And most sand is silica based, which is good insulator. And
yeah, but it wasn't always sand.
No, but
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe the Nile was. I mean, I know the Nile was bigger at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if the Nile ran underneath that thing?
Yeah, and how did they build those cylinders back in those days?
That's what I'm saying, Jim, is like you have to have a damn good advanced society to do that. So why would you need this thing in the first place other than maybe energy storage or just because,
Well, the slabs of stone they're so precise that no machine today can do it that perfect.
So you're basically saying laser cutting.
Yeah, there's
beyond
no
that
machine that can do it now.
You're probably cutting down to like 1 micron or less. Not even a micron. You're talking atoms. You're cutting it down to atoms here, which would mean you have access to particle accelerators.
And Elon Musk has had to use anti-gravity to move stones that big.
What were you saying, Bushcraft?
They're in those pyramids. There are slabs, and they show them and everything, and they've scanned them and everything, and they're perfectly cut. They're 3 football fields long and 1 football field wide.
Did you see the sarcophagus
Stacked
that are
on top of each other?
Did you see the sarcophagus that are carved out so precisely that the lids would not come off because they're so precisely
airtight?
Yeah. It's a mystery. My brain can't understand it. We probably never. Go ahead, Jim.
And Emmanuel Velikovsky mentions the pyramids and some of his books.
Judy says maybe the Nephilim built them. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, that's a theory that there were giants that helped build those pyramids because man couldn't do it.
Like little brother help it, or a big brother helping a little brother kind of thing. That would explain the giant of Kandahar. If you don't know what that is, our special forces in the United States during the Afghan war went up into the mountains because this village was being terrorized by this giant, or this big man that was 7-8 foot tall or bigger. And they went into the cave to confront this guy, and it ended up being a giant, and all but one of the guys got out alive, and attested to the fact the guy had red hair, was practically naked, and like could overpower anything that they had, weapon-wise or physiologically speaking. So who the fuck knows if that's a thing nowadays in the early 2000s here, then what was back then? How much bigger were the giants then?
It could have been Thor, a good giant.
Well, the Bible says the measurements of Goliath and stuff.
Well, we're not just we're talking before Goliath. Goliath would have been their equivalent of the giant of Kandahar for us. Does that make sense? Like, as you're going into more modern day, the giants are getting smaller. So theoretically, if you went back, to pyramids time, we're talking 6,000 years before Christ, just about, then who knows who's there, what's there. Just saying.
Well, talking about giants, I don't know if you guys have ever found the forum. I can't get it on Firefox because I have it bookmarked for Safari, called Anon Up. There's a picture there of someone named Thor with Trump and other people, and they claim the guy's 9 foot tall. I just found that tonight. That he's some kind of guardian looking over Trump.
I'll be right back.
And you figure the Egyptian government to give anybody permission to do anything under that pyramid, research in any way, is going to be damn near impossible.
Oh yeah, they won't do it.
That's a good question, Judy B, about the Tartarians. And I think there's a connection with this in Antarctica. Look at it like this. After Admiral Byrd died, his 68-year-old son started coming out with information about what his father found, and then he died supposedly in a car accident a few days later. It seems like anytime somebody starts revealing something like this, something happens to them. Just like the astronomers that discovered Shoemaker-Levy comet. Those astronomers all died in a car accident, allegedly. And just like the whole thing with stargates, maybe people can go from one planet to another, not using a spaceship, using these stargates. Now, 101 has been telling us for years that it's too obvious. It's in TV shows, movies. It's right in front of us. And basically, I think science fiction isn't science fiction. It's the real thing we're seeing. Yeah, everything's allegedly, Chrissy Cat. We got to watch what we say here. PNW 77 tried calling me the other day, Jeff. You figure we don't know how tall those giants were, Jeff. You know, maybe if they were 100 foot tall and, had, how much strength would a giant that big have? So if the Nephilim are fallen angels, their strength could be limitless for all we know.
Here's another theory is what about the Hanging Gardens of Babylon? They say hanging, but what if they were levitating?
Well, Elon Musk has said he thinks the only way those pyramids could have been built was using anti-gravity devices. Just like in one episode of the original Star Trek, the last season called The Cloud Miners, that there was a city floating in the sky. You'd have to have some type of anti-gravity device that's beyond the technology we all know of.
Right. Jeff says in chat, I'll still find the pyramids were built before Adam and Eve. I don't think.
I
don't think so.
Why not?
What if these were other beings that built the pyramids and there weren't any humans involved? Then you got to look at it like this. Those ancient Egyptians, the average life expectancy for the workers was like maybe 27, 28. If one of those kings lived to be 50 or 60, he was considered a very old man. What if humans weren't involved with building them at all? It was I'm not saying aliens, but other beings.
Well, yeah, that would make total fucking sense. And then we took it over just because we found it. It's kind of a look at me, king of the hill, literally kind of thing of, So.
And no king lasts forever, just like you can compare it to sports or political or royalty or political family dynasties. No one stays on top forever. Did these beings come here from the Orion star system and go back?
I know how y'all feel now.
Grace says reusing these big stones from previous civilizations was the usual practice. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, just like that reminds me of Stonehenge. Look how big those rocks are.
What were you saying, Jeff?
I said I know how y'all feel now.
What do you mean? Trying to get a word in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead then. That means you, Jeff.
Hell, I forgot what I was going to say, so y'all go ahead.
Oh, hurry up and remember it, damn it. I'm just pulling your leg. Let's see.
Look at like all we have is theories, but the story, Bushcraft's earlier show, when I saw the title, I started looking up news stories. Is this coincidence that all these news outlets, are releasing this on the same day? I don't think so.
This is not what I was expecting to talk about tonight.
Well, look what happens in this world. Things happen that we'd never expect we're going to be talking about.
Fair enough.
I thought we'd be talking about what's going on with our president and all the lawsuits against him. And now we're talking about the pyramids and the Transformers. That's what makes the show interesting.
My show is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Come on, y'all, like, leaving me hanging here. Where's Bushcraft, Jeff, and Watt? Like, come on.
Forrest.
I
seen a video. This kid dresses up as Forrest Gump, and he hits the ball. It doesn't go too far. He's playing baseball, and he's doing that like that, and he keeps on going. He goes past first base and kept on going, and everybody's cracking up laughing and run, Forrest, run.
Where's he going? I don't know, but he sure damn is fast. There was a couple videos.
Did we talk about the banana splits? Oh boy.
What? Dare I ask?
I remember that cartoon.
I had a banana split the other day.
Okay.
Good. It weighs, the banana split weighs about 3 pounds.
That's a small one compared to the rest of them.
3 pound banana split.
Yeah. It's real ice cream too, and not just vanilla ice cream. They have the strawberry ice cream and the chocolate and the pineapple ice cream, and then vanilla at the top. You get 2 scoops of each flavor, and then all the toppings.
They got pineapple ice.
Yeah, the pineapple ice cream's pretty good too.
Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. Hello, Miss Rhonda.
Holy shit!
And doing tonight.
I haven't seen her in ages.
Oh! Holy crap! She's alive!
That's what I was
I
going to
mean
say.
that in a nice way.
Yeah. Last time I saw her, she was in the hospital. I think in a hospital bed.
And she had to find a home for her dog. I felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
Oh. Knock my socks off. And I'm not wearing any socks.
Never mind.
Shut up, Jeff. Everyone's coming out of the woodwork tonight. We got Rhonda, we got Digital, we had Garrett in here earlier, if he's still around.
It was meant to be.
I don't know. PNW is here. Holy shit.
Yeah. And you have 111 people watching you right now.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Y'all came out of the woodwork tonight.
She's always watching.
Larry's here. Who else is here?
Hey, I just saw an article that said George Foreman passed away.
Yeah, I saw
No
that.
shit.
How old was he? I liked him.
125 allegedly.
No.
He was 76, wasn't he?
Somewhere in there,
something
yeah.
like that. I don't know. I had to look it up. Oh yeah, he was 76.
A champ in the ring and a champion of people's countertops for years.
Yeah.
He liked grilling.
What? You rubbing off on me, son?
That didn't sound right, Jeff.
I done hit the wrong button twice tonight in the same show.
There you go.
Not to change the subject, but has anybody seen any brand of ice cream that comes in peach flavor?
What?
Peach ice cream.
Peach?
My mother used to get me Breyer's peach ice cream because she liked it when I was a kid. And my wife's looked in the stores and can't find anyone that has peach flavored ice cream.
Do you know how to make homemade ice cream?
No, I've never tried, Jeff.
Because I was the same problem solved right there.
Jim, what state are you in?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, I was going to say state of confusion.
That's Jeff, not Jim.
Oh, okay.
I'm not confused.
Misfits.
What about dazed?
Well, Jim, next time you ask what size dress you think you would wear, I'm going to remind you what you just said.
I've never thought about wearing a dress.
So just for the record, it's not the same brand, but Kroger has peach flavored ice cream.
There's no Kroger's around here. And I said this on a Bushcraft show because Diane Humphrey brought it up. The teal milk ice cream, my wife called me the chocolate chip men. And it was nothing like the green chocolate chip men.
No, I don't. The chocolate mint these days ain't the same.
It's got to be Blue Bunny, Eaties, or Friendly. And I wonder if, did they have ice cream back in the days when they built the pyramids? That'd be a good question.
I doubt it.
To cool them off in the heat of the sun.
The fuck?
That would be something. What if the pyramids are just a giant ice cream machine? No, seriously, like
where's the spout?
No, think about it. You go down that far down, and it's a giant freezer, dude.
Or a slushy machine.
I wouldn't. No.
Maybe the Transformers built the pyramids and they invented ice cream at the same time.
Right? Dude. Knowing us humans, we'd probably make something that stupid.
Chris,
it wouldn't be like something extraordinary. It would just be probably an ice cream machine.
Well, we have the largest ball of rubber bands.
I mean, it could hold the secret as to why every ice cream machine at McDonald's is broken. You know, could be that.
And speaking of ice cream, all we heard about with Joe Biden being in the White House is how he had ice cream, but they never told us what his flavors were.
There, damn it.
Chrissy Cat, the best flavored ice cream taste is sweet black cherry. You are just like my dad, Jeff, I swear. My dad loved black cherry ice cream.
Now, believe it or not, you got sweet black cherry and black cherry. Sweet black cherry tastes a whole heck of a lot better.
Free ice cream tastes pretty dang good too.
Not as good as sweet black cherry.
Well, if it was free sweet black cherry, it would even taste better.
Oh, I'd be in heaven.
In the words of Sister Act, do they have any butter pecan?
That was good, and I haven't seen that in here. Actually,
that's a damn good thing I'm not in Michigan tonight.
Why? You slap the shit out of me?
Yep.
Fuck you.
I hate that woman.
Oh, I do too. I just remember the ice cream scene though. The one old nun's like, did they have any butter pecan?
Yeah, but once they started coming out with flavors like cookie dough and all that, they discontinued plain flavors.
I like cookie dough. Cookie dough is a good one.
Oh, you talking about ice cream? Yeah, I like cookie dough ice cream and plain cookie dough.
Pillsbury, cookie dough.
I don't care who it is. It's good.
Pillsbury nowadays, that's not even real food.
All right, Jerry. How about cherry Coke?
Dude, I miss the Nestle Toll House cookies where you just break them apart and cook them.
The good ones, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife was saying with egg prices so high, it's cheaper to buy the cookie dough and put it in the oven.
All right, everyone, put their favorite ice cream flavor in chat, just because I'm curious.
I'll say mine: Blue Bunny mint chocolate chip mint.
Oh, speaking of Blue Bunny, I loved their moose tracks. Oh, that was the best.
I never ate none of them.
Blue Bunny had little miniature chocolate bunnies filled with caramel in them, and best fucking ice cream.
Best ice cream I ever had was homemade ice cream. It was roasted marshmallow ice cream.
I remember when I went to the Science Center or Space Center in Huntsville, Alabama, when I lived there. They actually taught us how to make ice cream in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a cool little science thing for us kids.
Now, I wouldn't turn my hand over to peach or banana homemade ice cream. They both good.
Peanut butter chocolate.
Or strawberry.
Rocky Road.
What's the big ice cream?
What does Rocky Road have in it again?
Marshmallow, chocolate, and
it's basically a s'more.
I think some nuts too.
Jeff, what is the big brand in North Carolina? Because some states have brands you can't get in other states.
Haagen-Dazs is one of them.
Haagen-Dazs is good.
Ben & Jerry's is another one.
They got so bad.
They're not as good as they used to be.
Too. Yeah.
No.
I think
Haagen-Dazs is pretty damn good. But
it's expensive though.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna pay for good ingredients nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I bought a half a gallon of butter pecan, something like $4 or whatever.
Oh, that's not
cheap.
bad.
That's cheap on sale.
Jerry says Ben and Jerry are gay. Well, Jerry, does that mean you? I didn't mean that, but like you kind of walked into that on your own, dude.
Well, they're a diversified company. They're turning it back. I saw on Fox
They had
News.
like a pint of it or half a pint.
Yeah, for what you can buy a gallon.
Yeah.
Dude, they had these little things you put in your lunch from Haagen-Dazs, and I saw them for like $5. It was like 2 ounces of ice cream. Dude, $5. Fuck that.
What happened to the single serving ice cream with a wooden spoon?
Dude, the ones you used to get in school?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Pull the top off.
I miss them.
Oh, Klondike bar. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
It's the square chocolate covered ice cream bar. But I just thought of it.
What do you do?
Ice cream.
What would you do for Klondike bar?
Yeah.
I can't. My tone is totally off.
And you figure the big conglomerate food companies kind of took over the ice cream industry for a while. When I was a kid, I remember my mother getting Abbott's ice cream. That's gone.
That was a good one.
And Dolly Madison.
I never heard of them.
I vaguely remember that.
And they were at a Philly, Dolly Madison.
Doesn't help that they're having the dairy farms dump all their milk. That's fucking stupid.
Well, did you know the reason why ice cream had went up? You remember that thing where kids were going in and licking peeling the lid off and licking the ice cream and putting the lid back on?
Yeah.
They all had to redesign their packaging.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like anti-tampering kind of thing?
Yeah. 10 to 20% markup because of that.
Well, I mean, if it means that somebody doesn't lick my ice cream before I do, then yeah, I would. I'm okay with that. That's a reasonable cost I'm willing to put up with. You know, I can't believe we had to come to that, but I mean, at least that has a reason behind it. You know,
That's because mothers don't properly watch their kids in the grocery store.
That's not. It's not just kids doing it, Jim. It's fucking grown ass adults.
Yeah, there are older kids that's doing it, teenagers and whatnot.
Stupid fucks.
It's like double dipping.
Who contacted me today via email?
Who?
Angie Sutherland. Look her up.
Speaking Judy B, I just had Culver's today.
Baskin Robbins is pretty good.
They're not what they used to be. They've gotten expensive.
What's the name of that restaurant or ice cream place?
Dairy
back about 20 years ago.
Dairy
in
bar.
order for them to serve you the ice cream in a cup, they had to turn it upside down. Make
Dairy
sure
Queen.
Dairy Queen. That's a Blizzard.
There you go.
They still do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
I
Even
like
in a
it.
drive-through, they go like this and give it to you.
I like that commercial where they go up and the person hands the customer ice cream. Oh, I didn't want that flavor. They whoop it out and smack the other person.
You ever see the Turkish ice cream guys do the whipping of the ice cream and
Yeah,
Yeah.
stick and stuff. Yeah, that's
I
a
think
huge
pretty
thing now.
I bet he done got pissed.
One thing
yeah.
I want to try is those ice cream rolls.
I'll be beating that stick over at his head and say,
I
"You
want
pull this stick away from me again, and I want my ice cream. Dang it!"
want some fried ice cream now.
I saw one where the kid bit the cone and he kept costing the guy money just by biting the cone and ruining it, and he finally gave him his ice cream.
Ed, do you blame him?
No, but it's like the dude's just eating the cone and he's kind of ruining the whole, he's faking you out trick.
Chrissy Cat, you're right. Root beer float is pretty good.
Yeah.
You notice you don't see many of those places anymore popping up, or even just the chains around, man. Like there's nothing in my area anymore. There used to be at least 2 or 3 Dairy Queens, Big Boy. I mean,
bring your ass to North Carolina. We got a mom and pop ice cream thing up here in Pittsburgh. When you walk in, it's a 1950s retro.
Oh, we got one here right around the corner from my house. In fact, we know the owners. They own the restaurant down the street, but they're also owners of this other one, where it's an ice cream bar and hot dogs, and it's like out of the 60s with a whole bunch of car memorabilia, neon.
Yeah. Well, they got like the old Jeep boxes up in there.
Yeah, they got one too.
Like old medicine bottles, everything.
I don't know about that, but
if any of y'all are coming through North Carolina, stop at S&T's in Pittsburgh. And tell them Santa Claus sent you.
There's one up in, actually right where I had the video of the cops. It's 14 Mile and DeQuinder there. Irma's Ice Cream. I've been there a couple times, and they've been in business for like 80 fucking years. They're family owned, and like the grandkids of the grandkids are running it now or something.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about it, It's the two people that opened up S&T's. Her husband is passed now. And he was a good man. He really was. But when my wife had cancer back in 85, he was up on the floor with her. He also had cancer. And I reckon it's kind of, we know the owners before we knew they owned S&T. You know, it's a bad way to get to know somebody. But in a situation like that, you kind of get close. And we've all, you know, we go up our, not as much as we used to. You know, we kind of help support them, you know, like that. But
we were like that with this hot dog place that we had here up on 16 in DeQuinder by the hospital there. The guy, Jimmy, he had died and his sons took over his business. He had a coney place, and we would purposefully go there to help pay for Jimmy's medical bills because the profits went to help him. He ended up dying in 2019, just after my dad died.
But like I said, you know, S&T's in Pittsburgh, right there on Main Street. If you ever cruising through, stop in, tell them Santa Claus sent you. Trust me, they'll know who you're talking about.
Should
See,
get
9 out of 10 times we go up on the payday if there are nurses up there, or if there is police officers, or, you know, I'm going to say first responders, or somebody who's in the military. I'll pay for what they get out of my own pocket.
You ain't getting none of that up here.
But, you know,
unfortunately.
And I always tell the waitress, if they want to know who paid for it, tell them Santa Claus said Merry Christmas.
The fuck?
I didn't do it this time again. Oh, whoa, hold the hell on.
Yeah, I was going to tell you guys later.
What's this?
No shit.
Yeah.
What happened?
Dude. What the hell?
Anybody got any info? How about sharing it?
Pick your phone up, Jeff. It's in Signal.
That's a shocker.
It's in what, Bush?
Signal.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me click off of this.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything because I don't like broadcasting that kind of stuff, but
dude,
because you never know. Like a couple days later, it's fine and stuff, but I don't like being one of the first people that broadcast.
Dude, I got 360 messages in there.
It's toward the bottom.
Okay. That's it.
You know how many times in my life I've had to tell family members that somebody passed away? It's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like when my wife's father passed away, I had to tell my wife because her mother called up and told us at 5:30 in the morning.
Bushcraft, have you seen Make Today? Her video?
Yeah. Oh, not her video. She was in my live.
I got up with her today and wanting to know what happened to your hair.
Yeah, I think her hair looks pretty good.
Well, I do too, but I'm kind of used to seeing her with long hair. You know.
Yeah,
That's like if Bushcraft shaved his beard.
We wouldn't know who it was.
I'd recognize him without the beard.
Yeah, I've showed you guys pictures of me without my beard.
I still can't get over it. It's just like you without a beard is not a thing. You know, like you're breaking a different reality at that point.
Okay, look at it like this. Politics in this country would be like only having 2 flavors of ice cream, vanilla and chocolate.
Okay. And
then the other flavors are like, okay, there's people like that like Trump, but then you got conservative people that don't like what he's doing with the Department of Education, which I'm all for. Like, no matter what Trump does, even some of his supporters aren't going to agree with everything the man does.
So independent would be Napoleon ice cream?
What? Well, you got the strawberry.
Is that a French Revolution joke?
Is that her in the green shirt?
In the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not one to pass on information like that. It's
no.
If you guys want to do it in chat and stuff, that's fine. But I'm not the type of person to pass on bad news and stuff like that.
Here's a question, and Jeff would be able to answer this. Maybe Watt too. Down south, and me being a Southern transplant, I may not know this tradition, but isn't it true that you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead until they're buried?
You shouldn't anyway.
Yeah, right. You shouldn't speak.
Well, you understand what I'm saying. It is if you really had to. Like
that's why I've tried to forgive everybody.
It's like saying yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah. We were just talking about that yesterday.
Hey, really?
Yeah. I
don't remember.
Well, it was in the afternoon.
Afternoon
bush.
It's like down here when you see a funeral passing you pull over out of respect. You know?
Up here, they cut in, dude. When I was a makeshift escort on the tail end of a funeral for one of my mom's cousins.
I was going somewhere else with that one.
What do you mean?
All I heard is you were a makeshift escort
for the tail end of the procession.
Yeah,
because I had all the lights.
Well,
okay,
you hesitate. You're talking too much.
I'm sorry. Shut the fuck up. Anyway,
your escort tail.
I know. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I was the last car in the procession escorting them to the burial.
If you
people, shut up, Jeff.
Well, I want to know this too. How do you escort from the back? Oh, that even sounds worse.
I didn't think. Oh God! Y'all just shut up and listen. So anyway, I was the last car in the procession. They saw me pull in. They're like, "You have a bunch of lights. You're the last car." Anyway, people up here would just cut into a procession, and there was a time or two that I had to bully people to get out of our procession.
Down here, I have seen where if an outsider comes in, they will get pulled right there on the spot.
Pulling up the rear. Yes, Grace. Yes.
Grace has got a little bit of
Grace.
Anyway.
Well.
Yeah, people up here are assholes when it comes to that shit. I will honk. I will get close to them. I will run them off the road if they get into to a procession. I've had it happen multiple times. During my aunt's procession, we damn near got T-boned because someone ran a red light. I mean, it was totally different with my grandpa's procession down in Alabama. People were pulling off the side of the road, taking their hats off, giving him salutes because he was a veteran. Like, dude.
You don't see that anymore. Well, up here you don't.
Well, now down here, my last one is I was at a stoplight, and there was a guy in a pickup truck dead on my ass. He was in a hurry, and I knew it. So I took up both lanes of a 2-lane road, and they turned. And I did not know this at the time, but the truck finally got up on the curb, went around me, flipping me off. And as soon as he run a red light, the highway patrol did a U-turn and pulled his ass.
Good.
Smack him.
Damn right.
Like, that's like up here, I don't pull over for a procession necessarily, depending on circumstances, because it's not a thing up here. So, but still, like, you got to have some respect. At least stay out of their way and, you know, let them go do their thing. They're having a bad enough day as it is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, by the way, you would probably like this one, 101. Ballistic Dummy Labs wants me that they want to send me some of their things to explode.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
I don't have anywhere to do this though.
Well,
I would love to.
Here's something I'll tell you. Hold on. Here's something I'll tell you. If it's red food dye in that ballistic dummy, they will flag your videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this algorithm thinks it's blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
They asked me if I would be interested in the torso and or the head.
Well, either way, if you order something, please specify green or some other color that is not red.
Okay, that's good to know.
I heard about that from Kentucky Ballistics when he got flagged that that was an issue.
I got a table you can set it on.
Well, I was thinking about doing a thing with the nunchucks. See if I could, crack the skull and whatnot.
Hey, give him a borrow these as nunchucks.
Because that would be probably the safest version for my channel.
You won't bet. You're wearing a hard hat when you do it.
I have nowhere to take such a thing.
Yeah, that's what
otherwise I would say meet up bushcraft and we'll take the 20 gauge out and blow it to pieces.
Yeah.
Hey, I live out in the country. Come on.
I ain't gonna run. I ain't gonna go down all the way there to just blow something up.
Okay, bring it down here. I'll blow it up.
For all we know, Jeff's got like a couple 1,000 pounds of tannerite.
You hang on. I'm gonna show you what I got.
Oh God, here we go. What did I ask for?
It looks like a really cool place, town or website and everything.
Hold on. Camo Caro got in trouble for his nunchucks in his videos.
What was he doing though? I didn't see it. So
stage. Can you see me?
Jeff.
Yeah, I remember seeing one of his videos with the nunchucks. It was a few years back.
Y'all not hear me talk? Is there a lag or something between like?
Yeah.
Let me know when 101 comes back.
I only hear one here.
Anyway, I don't know when I showed it, but I showed his videos with the nunchucks bushcraft. I don't know what happened, but go ahead, Jeff. Enlighten us.
Can you see me in the room if you put
Yep.
me back there.
My eyes, they burn.
No, because there's a possibility this could bring you down real quick.
Oh.
Oh yeah, don't show it.
That's why. Can you see me in the back room?
He has to put you there first.
Yeah,
He
Yes,
can't.
I can see you, but I cannot hear you.
yeah. Jeff can show.
Oh, okay. He's got a thing you pull the pin on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you probably don't want to show that.
Is that live? Is that a thing?
Is it a cigarette lighter?
Or is
Is it a
that
real
like
one?
some? Is that a lighter?
We don't want Jeff going kaboom.
Was that a? Was that a live one or is that a diffused one?
I
Jerry,
wouldn't say that on live anyway.
Jerry was Jerry, don't be saying exactly what that is. We all know what that is. Was it live, Jeff?
That one, yeah.
Oh dear.
Did Jeff hold it upside down?
What's that got to do with anything?
Because you can tell if it's a live one or not.
No, he didn't hold it upside down.
Okay.
Look who's in chat 101. Hope too. I haven't seen her in ages.
Oh.
Do what now? Oh shit.
I stole that.
Literally everybody's coming out of the woodwork. What the hell?
Okay, not to change the subject. I'm so sick of Tim Waltz acting like he's a real man. I would love to challenge him to a manly contest. Not even he'll never take me up on his offer.
Ah, manly
I would like to arm
contest.
wrestle him. I would like to arm wrestle him, compete with him with a bench press contest. I would love to see him shoot a deer and gut it. I bet you he would throw his guts up.
Oh, that's easy stuff.
Now, who we talking about?
Tim Waltz.
Tim Waltz.
Yeah.
Don't know him.
Well,
he's younger than me. I thought he was
You don't know who Tim Walz is? What the fuck, Jeff?
the one that ran with Kamala for vice president.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I'm like, hold on, Jeff. What the hell?
I mean, he's 60, and I thought he was way older than me.
Yeah. Oh, you have to call him by his name, Tampon Tim.
Yep.
Tampon Tim.
I
There
know
you go,
that.
Mischief. There you go. Tampon Tim.
Hey, Stephanie, well, I haven't seen you in a long time.
What's
I
worse?
just want to know one thing. Who the hell lit the fuse on the tampon?
Probably his wife.
The fuck?
That's the only thing scarier than Tampon Tim was his wife.
And he was cheering on how Tesla stock went down. And the Minnesota State Workers Pension Plan has like $188 billion invested in Tesla stock. So if Tesla stock goes down in price, their principal of their pension is going to go down in price.
By the way, those that have not been here in a while, make sure y'all are subscribed because
Hello, Miss Mischief.
my numbers have been stagnant for months because 3 people keep disliking and reporting my videos. I know who the fuck you are, assholes.
The other night when I did a live stream, and what showed up, I put in chat because there's people that had no idea how to find your channel 101. And I told them how to find
Again,
it.
I've put it out there. I don't know how much more obvious I can be. The fuck?
Sorry about that. That's my foot tapping to the music in my head.
Yeah, at least it's music and it's not like you're having other split personalities talk to yourself. That I know.
It's bad when the invisible person you're arguing with both start laughing.
You sure it's not an imaginary friend?
It'd be whoever the hell you want it to be.
Jeff? Time to go see a psychiatrist.
Shit, last time I went to a psychiatrist, he had to end up going to see one.
I can understand that.
Bushcraft beat me to it. Need a psychiatrist for your psychiatrist when dealing with you.
And we didn't even get past 5 years old yet.
Oh dear. That's some traumatic bullshit.
Dude, the one thing I remember when I was around 5 is there was a kid lived down the street from me I wasn't crazy about. You remember those white-faced bumblebees you could catch and shake them up in your hand, and they kind of tickle you a little bit? That's right, you ain't from the South. Well, anyway, I was standing out front right there at the bush, and I was catching them, okay? You know, listening to them. The little boy come up. He asked me, he said, what are you doing? I told him, I showed him. I opened up my hand, and the bumblebee, you know, just
Y'all
flew
hear
away.
me?
No, not with the shit. Now be quiet. I'm talking.
My internet went
So
out.
I talked the little boy into catching one.
What's going on here?
Well, see, he caught the
Y'all hear
wrong
me?
one. And no.
You keep interrupting Jeff.
Is that what I hear in the background?
He keeps doing it. But he caught a real bumblebee and wanted to know how to get rid of it. I told him, extend your arms and open up your hand. So when he extended his arms, I smacked his hands, and that bumblebee got him twice. Okay, 101.
I'm sorry, my internet went out for 2 minutes.
Bullshit.
You know what's bullshit? How about that?
There goes Jeff again.
Bye.
I knew it.
I'm gonna
Better
yet, we'll have a staring contest. How about that?
You're gonna lose.
Who can go the longest without blinking their eyes?
I wish I had a bear turned the opposite direction, bending over. I'd back him up.
That'd be funny. Bushcraft, you know, a logo to make next.
Make sure, yeah.
We'll start calling you the Moon and Bear.
What does it? Oh hell! I was doing COVID test all throughout the house yesterday. The Wi-Fi was.
You're terrible, Jeff.
I was interviewing 2 ladies Monday, and I one of them was talking about Moon and Bigfoot.
Oh, was that the paranormal ones?
Yeah.
I asked a question in chat and they ignored me.
Same here. I asked 2 or 3 of them.
Well, they were talkers. I'll leave it to that.
Where do you find these people, Bushcraft?
I still have a lot of channels that are the Bigfoot channels and stuff, and they popped up, and
you just go to their channel and ask to interview them, or what? Or
pretty much ask them if they want to come up for a live interview and stuff.
I remember when I used to do that shit.
Turned down because she wasn't how should I say this?
She didn't have
in line with the views of my channel.
Oh, inappropriate.
No, I'm not an inappropriate.
Was she a lefty?
Yeah.
There's very few people that are into prepping or know how to prep that are lefties. Allegedly.
Well, it wasn't a prepper. It was a herbalist.
Oh,
really nice lady who talked to her on the phone and everything. And then she looked at my channel and evidently didn't like what she saw. So
I can tell by looking at people's pictures. One of my sisters has a Facebook page and is on all the time. I can tell looking at a woman in my age group if they're lefty or righty.
Oh, speaking of which, when I went to that dinner with my boss, I found out my boss is a Republican, and he's over here having a discussion with me about the Trump tariffs, and we're all looking at him like, "What the fuck? You're a Republican?"
Most wise business owners have conservative points of views on politics.
Well,
and
you got to
business.
realize I was talking to a old Korean dude. Like, I don't know, it just didn't strike me as a Republican.
One-on-one,
a lot of them. I'm a Democrat.
I've met people, Indian people that have businesses in this area. They just love Trump. I've met Hispanic people that became Americans that have small businesses. They all love Trump.
Look, the main thing is we don't mind what country you come from. Just do it legal.
Right.
Yeah. And anyone that has the skills to be a successful businessman, understands the conservative mindset. How many successful business people are liberals? And the thing is, there's certain people, like, let's say, I don't like him, Jeff, the guy that owns Amazon, he goes back and forth. He's trying to act conservative now. Some of these national figures, they go whichever way is politically correct, which is pathetic if you ask me.
Look, it's like this. A person can talk all he wants, but it's their actions that speak louder than their words. Period. No.
Like that?
Fuck you.
As soon as you said actions, I was like, "Ooh, do I put him in the back room?"
But y'all know what I'm saying.
Yes.
And LMC homegrown. Most farmers are liberal, except for my sister's family.
How many farmers do you know that are Democrats?
Well, I'll tell you this, the manure guy, he delivers manure to a lot of young college-educated farmers in New Jersey. And he says these college-educated ones, they're trying to do everything completely organic. Then they're finding out, if you're going to make money growing food, you're going to have to use some pesticides or all your food's going to be, eaten. I'm talking about places that are like doing 20, 30, 40 acres of vegetables in New Jersey. But the old timers, they look at things the way I do.
Well, I look at it like this, and I'm excluding one person, but it seems like to me, the more money a person has, the more of a Democrat they become.
Just for the record,
I'm not like that, Jeff.
You ain't no billionaire either, just like me.
Damn it, I forgot what I was going to say.
And there is a lot of Democrat farmers. They're all in Colorado and they grow the wacky weed.
Yeah, Washington and Oregon are full of liberal farmers.
Well, see, I wasn't trying to be smart. I was trying to get educated because literally I did not know.
Just for the record, college educated doesn't really mean shit these days.
It hasn't for a while.
You been listening to that woman again? Liberty Hangout.
Oh?
Liberty Hangout.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. Most of the people she talks to are college people. They don't even know what state Kansas is in.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Charlie Kirk will get a few people like that.
I introduced see the Charlie Kirk video, a couple of them last night.
He what, bushcraft?
I was waiting for Jeff to get done talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, you said something first, and then Jeff did.
Oh, Charlie Kirk. He has a good video out now about this woman about abortion.
Oh,
yeah. Every step of the way, it flipped it on her, and
good.
Who the fuck was that?
There's another one where the girl didn't want him to have her on camera, so she went like this and pulled her.
Yeah, I saw that one. She tried to shake him up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And over the years, I've dealt with employees that work for the Pennsylvania and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And some of the ones that had all these degrees, okay, they were one way. They didn't know as much as I know people that were retired that didn't even have a college degree that got a job for the PA Department of Agriculture, like being the nursery inspector, inspecting trees and plants for diseases. And they know more from practical experience than the college educated person that just got out of college 2 years ago. I've met agronomists that I've actually taught things. They're book smart, but when they come out in the field, they're not even absolutely sure what they're looking at.
You know what's weird that you say that, Jim, is we've had our bosses in our warehouse the last couple weeks or so, and they'll come up behind us and they'll be like, now show us the process of you shipping something or whatever. And we're all looking at them like, what do you mean? It's just a couple buttons that you click. It's not anything, too extravagant. They're like, well, how do we make this more smooth? Or how do we streamline it? It's like, dude, this is it. They're so out of touch.
They're not aware of the process that's used in your industry. Figure you can only downsize so much. If there's two processes involved, you can't eliminate either one of them because they're necessary.
101, next time you get a boss man that says that, show us how you ship. Pick the box up and throw it down the aisle and say, just like UPS does.
Right? Well, the thing is, we use UPS. So it's kind of extra funny. Like, for instance, I had one of our guys, he's like, he sends me a message on our little messaging thing and says, has this shipped yet? Like, dude, on the order, it says the name of the company, the location, the order number, and whether or not it's been shipped or not. Look at the damn thing, open up a window on your computer and look. And then I even went to the UPS website and plugged in the tracking for him. And I'm like, you can't do this? It's been shipped. It's been delivered. It's there. Like, so much shit that we get at the warehouse can be solved with a couple clicks on their end rather than them bugging us with stupid ass questions.
Well, I found out the hard way. A supervisor or a boss man hates like hell to be showed up in front of other people.
Well, no, it's not a matter of that. It's just like, how dumb can you be? Like, you want to know something, go fix it, or go to the website for UPS and look it up. Like, duh.
But my problem is, after I show them how it's done, my mouth gets to running and I got no control over it.
Jeff, when was the last time you had cornbread?
Today.
Typical.
With pinto beans and soup. And I even had a bowl of milk and cornbread.
I like the red kidney beans better.
By the way, who here does the whole Lent thing?
Well, what?
I'm not Catholic.
Well, I had pizza tonight with pepperoni and sausage, so from the store. So I was raised a Catholic, but I don't follow the teachings of the Catholic Church.
I used to do it with my wife, not because it wasn't fair for me to go and eat, meat when they had to do fish and stuff.
We don't
brought
have.
that up, Bushcraft?
Huh?
What brought that up?
What, cornbread?
Yeah.
The Lent thing, the one I want to ask.
I asked any of y'all doing the Lent thing, and
I did last weekend. Last Friday, my wife got me fish.
yeah.
Nobody had fish at a good price this week. She wasn't going to pay $17.99 a pound for salmon.
Why the fuck would you spend? That's ridiculous.
That's my whole point.
That's why they didn't eat none.
And Jeff, I read an article today. And it's certain parts of the South too. And they said if you're in the South and you don't have cornbread, and what they put it, not the stupid stuff in the little box.
Oh hell no!
Cornbread, at least once a week, you need to get out of the South. I was going to send it to you, and I forgot all about it.
I used to eat the box, the Jiffy.
You're supposed to eat the stuff inside the box, not the box itself.
The hell, it ain't much difference.
It probably tastes better.
Probably, exactly.
But after eating the homemade stuff, and then I went back to the Jiffy, hell, I threw that shit away.
Dude, we had a box of Jiffy just the other day that was from like 2020, and we're like, do we try it to see if it works? And we did, and that shit was so flat.
Chris Pratt is also a breakfast too.
Yeah, I was going to ask Chris if she had cornbread, and how many times she had cornbread in a week.
I'm glad you said that because I was fixing to ask that question.
By the way,
I can't eat it, so
totally off subject, but
I tell
earlier
you,
this
I'm talking.
Totally off subject. I watched the movie Joe Dirt for the first time.
Wow.
Damn, you're talking about an old ass movie. You just watched it for the first time?
Yeah, just this week.
Chitlins and cornbread, not chitlins. What the hell?
Pintos.
No, crackling and cornbread is damn good too.
Yeah,
you got the teeth to eat them with.
My favorite bread in Pepperidge Farm changed it was oatmeal bread.
Oatmeal bread.
Yeah, they used to make a really good oatmeal bread, and they changed it probably 30 years ago.
Every time I hear the word Pepperidge Farm, I always think of Family Guy.
Well, there's a Pepperidge Farm outlet in the township we used to live in, like 2.5 miles from us, where you'd get a loaf of bread like at half price. That had to be sold.
Totally missing my point.
Remember those sweet, warm New England summers? Remember sipping lemonade underneath a shady tree? Remember when you hit that pedestrian with your car at the crosswalk and then just drove away? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But Pepperidge Farm ain't just going to keep it to Pepperidge Farm self free of charge. Maybe you go out and buy yourself some of these distinctive Milano cookies. Maybe this whole thing just disappears.
Don't they know?
Every time I hear the word Pepperidge Farm, I always think of that little skit from Family Guy. Pepperidge Farm knows.
Tell you what, Dwight can make some mean damn lasagna bread. Zucchini bread, excuse me.
I was going to say lasagna bread that doesn't compute.
Doesn't sound bad though. Lasagna bread. I'm just trying to figure out how would lasagna bread be made.
Well, they both sound close. It started with an L.
Oh, this is even better than that time I met Timer, the cheese guy. A hanker for a hunker, a slammer slash a chunker. A hanker for a hunker cheese. When you get up and go has got up and left. Howdy, Parker. Yeah, pardon me, sir. I live next door. It is 3:30 in the morning. I am very tired. Look, a wagon wheel. What the hell is your problem? I just smoked a whole bunch of crack.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I always thought that was funny.
Pepperoni rolls. I gotta try that. Shit, I go to the store and buy a roll of pepperoni. It don't make it home for some reason.
Yeah. Pinto beans and cornbread does sound good about now.
You damn right.
At 11:30 at night, Bushcraft.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't ate yet today, so as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna fix bacon.
See, pinto beans works on me about 10 minutes after I eat. So Dixie's in the bed. I'll go eat me a bowl of it.
Firing up the Dutch oven, huh, Jeff?
Yeah.
After I'm off of here, I'm gonna go get into a bag of Cheez-Its.
Damn.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down here. I'm a little hungry now that y'all been talking about food.
It never fails, does it, Bushcraft? Whatever program we get on, we end up talking about food somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
My fault. I brought up the ice cream.
Well, no, technically, I brought up the we brought up the Egyptian pyramids that led to me thinking it was an ice cream machine. So, I mean, there's that too. So, yeah, I'll probably be live maybe Sunday, depending on how I feel.
Oh my God!
I said depending on how I feel, meaning probably next weekend.
I'll give you that. I think
I
maybe
feel better getting back to work.
I think maybe you grew a pair and going to go 3 times this week.
Oh God, choice of words, Jeff.
Doo-doo.
Anyway, 101.
Out.
No, I wasn't going to say it. See?
Well, fuck you.
Out. Come on, Bushcraft.